Hey guys, what's going on? Today we check out the Marshall Origin 50, which is right there. Ordered this guy back in February. It finally came, and it is now May, and 3 months. 3 months of anticipation. So the question is, does it deliver? Well, it delivered here today. Bad joke. All right, before I give you my opinion on this amp, we're gonna do an unbox. I'm gonna play through 3 different guitars. We're gonna use a Fender American Special Telecaster. We're gonna use the Dave Grohl 335, and we're gonna use that Firebird right there with mini humbuckers. Go through a bunch of different settings. The Firebird I'll use as the main one to kind of fiddle with the controls. That's not gonna last long in the video, and then we'll go through some different tones. I'm actually gonna use some pedals today too. I've got the Strymon timeline hooked up to the effects loop so we can hear that. I've got a DoD Carcosa, not set too fuzzy, but kind of like a distorted sound. And then also a Little Green Wonder Overdrive by Mad Professor. So kind of a wide variety of different things we're going to explore. So hooked up to the orange 212 with V30 and a Creamback 65. Mic'd up with E609. So let's get to the unbox, then we'll get to the tones, and then we'll talk about it. All right, unboxing the Marshall Origin 50. Pretty basic setup for an amp with this size. Nice foam corners. All right, so left in the box. Pretty similar setup as the VSL20, where it had a separate box, so I'm guessing this is the foot switch. You have your speaker cable, power cable, instruction manual, and 2-button foot switch. So this controls the boost and the effects loop. All right, now the amp. So just in a plastic bag, nothing special. The Tolex actually feels different than other Marshall heads, or at least the ones that I've had. All right, so there it is. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so this is the front of the amp. You have your power, so your off, on, your output, high, mid, and low. For the Origin 50, it's going to be 50 watts, approximately 10 watts, and then half a watt on low. So interesting setup. You have your presence with controls of high frequencies, master, which is the overall, so if you turn it up, you get more power tube saturation, treble, mid, bass. So tilt is kind of a different knob. From normal to high, treble at the input stage. So if you have it set low, it's going to be normal, and it's going to be high treble the higher you turn it up. So that's kind of interesting. The gain also has a pull boost, so you can pull and push. With it in, it's just your normal preamp gain. When you pull it, you get a gain boost, and then you have your input. It's actually really kind of like dirty on the face. But yeah, old classic logo. Other thing to mention is there's no corners. It's like an older one. All right, so this is a very basic back. We have the power cable and the set and return for the effects loop, foot switch, the DI out, and speaker inputs, 16 ohm or to 8 ohm. Let's open it up and check out the tubes. All right, so we can see the transformers in here. We have 2 Marshall EL34 tubes. We have one ECC83, another ECC83 Marshall, and then this is probably the AT7, but we'll verify it. Nope, another an ECC83. 3 ECC83 tubes and 2 EL34 tubes. Pretty basic layout. Tilt it 2. Tilt it 5. Tilt it 8. Presence at 2. Presence at 5. Presence at 8. Treble at 2. Treble at 5. Treble at 8. Middle at 2. Middle at 5. Middle at 8. Bass at 2. Bass at 5. And bass at 8. Gain at 2. Gain at 5. And gain at 8. Boosted at 2. Gain at 5 boosted. Gain at 8. So what you just heard was a bunch of different sound clips, and I'm sure as you heard when you went from the mini humbuckers to the single coils to the humbuckers, the amp reacted differently. Now, yes, there was different tone controls set up for each and, you know, fiddling with the guitar's volume and tone. And a couple of interesting takeaways. The Telecaster playing on the neck pickup, the way the amp is set up, because it's a little ice picky is probably the right term. It sounds like a bridge pickup, not a neck pickup, which I think is actually kind of interesting. And it kind of speaks to the amp overall. The tilt controls control the high frequencies. The presence can control the high frequencies. And obviously the treble's in there. And the treble I dialed back for most of it and turned the bass up to just combat that the whole time. Now when I use the Gibson then distorted really well. And I thought you got some really cool sounds out of the Firebird. Is it better than my Dirty Shirley? I want to compare this against some of my other amps and kind of do a couple different shootouts because I'm kind of undecided. I like it with some stuff, and I do not like it at all with other things. Did you pick up an Origin? If you did, which one did you get, and what do you think of it? But if you have any questions, comments, please leave them below. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Many more videos to come. Don't miss one sub.